All right. Hello, everybody. We're back for the Om in the Holidays Summit, and I'm introducing Leah Rupp, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her family and what she does for the holidays, and we'll just get right into it. So, Leah, just tell us a little bit about yourself first, and then about your family.
Yeah. Okay. So, I am a parenting coach, and I also work with human design and astrology to support families to understand each other and understand themselves. Like, who my passion is to support humans to understand kind of who they are at their essence and why they're here on this planet, who they're here to be and to express. So that's a big part of my work. And then yeah, I'm a homeschooling mama and a nature enthusiast. I just love getting outside as much as I can. And yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Awesome. And your unique family, what are some things that make your family unique to you, to your experience?
What makes our family unique? That's a good question. Wow. I would say we're pretty unique overall on the scale of things, but everyone is. And what makes our family unique is the ways that we choose to live. We relentlessly choose over and over to live to support our values, to support the expanding of our true selves, to explore who each of the four of us are. We continue to show up every day and try to design ways to live.
You said that you're homeschooling, and I know a little bit about your partner, but the audience doesn't know anything about his lifestyle and what he does. So can you just tell us like what it looks like day to day, the differences in how each person's living?
Yeah, so my partner is self-employed, and he always has been. My son is 11, and we've done, did I say unemployed? I meant self-employed, but I don't know. Either way, okay. sometimes unemployed, but also self-employed. We've been self-employed for 11 years now, and so he runs his business he supports small businesses, and then he also does a lot of videography and photography. So he has his office in the garage, and he's in and out of our home doing his kind of work. And then we've really designed it so that he can be a big part of our daily lives as much as possible, because it has always been like a high value to us to not have him just like totally disconnected from our process, if as much as possible. It's not always possible, but that's one of our values that we work on.
Yeah, and you're homeschooling and you have a home business for yourself as well.
Yeah.
So what does that look like during the day? Like
okay, I'll be honest that it's like messy magic all the time. Like, it's quite chaotic. And we're all very, like, I work in human design. There's one of the things that it shows us is how we take in information in our brains, how we operate in the world. And essentially the world is designed for left brain humans, so strategic and logical, organized planning. And just a lot of the population is geared more towards the right. Some of us are a mix, some of us are left, some of us are right. Our family is like 90% right, geared towards the right, not only in our brains, but just in the way that we operate in the world. So we're very unconventional and creative beings. And so yet, of course, we live in a real world where some sort of like holding of structure is important. And so that's my job. Is to bring kind of like what supports us, what level of structure supports us in our flow, so that we're not just flying off into confusion, but so that we're not binding ourselves unnecessarily. That's kind of my job. So we're all very driven, like my kids are very self-motivated learners. So it looks like day to day tuning into what project each human kind of has going on, and seeing how I can support everyone, and then how we can negotiate like fair agreements about to kind of try to get everyone's needs met somewhat on a daily basis. So yeah.
This is speaking me totally. This is how it was homeschooling for me as well. But I'll have to talk to you more about my human design at some point to see where we all fit.
Yeah, I would love to do that for you.
Because this whole thing is just I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
So let's get back to the holiday theme of the summit, and I want to know, like, what are some things you do as a family to create like unity over this winter period here? And then are there any like family members that you kind of honor around this time that are no longer with you, or that you include somehow into your celebrations? What does that look like?
Yeah, so my kids love so a type of structure that we do all really gravitate towards is like seasonal rhythms. So they love holidays and all that comes with it. And they're like, ever since they were really tiny, they full on, like, they decorate the house for each holiday and each season. And it's funny, I remember my expectations of my son's, like, I don't know, maybe third birthday or something, me thinking that I would have this cute, like, Pinterest decorations going on. And before I could even get started, the kids had, like, pulled out balloon. They had, like, done it themselves in a way that was, like, infinitely more beautiful. So there's a letting go that I consciously choose each year. Like, I pick a couple of things that are important to me to do, and then for the most part I kind of tune in to like what they're up to as far as our holiday celebrations. I used to really plan out like Advent, like very like rigidly, and now I've realized that it's more of a flow for us. And so like they're decorating the tree right now, but they're hanging tons and tons of candy canes so they can like just have access to candy canes. And then like they're which we have agreements with, that's part of our communication, we work that out. And they're like, right now my daughter's doing Christmas drawings like on Art Hub for Kids on YouTube, and then she's like hanging them in the window, so we have this whole big Christmas window. Those are the types of things we do. And then we really involve their extended family. We're really lucky to have like grandparents and things around, so the grandparents have holiday rituals that they do with them. And then as far as loved ones, my husband's father passed away a year and a half ago. And so we really keep him present at every holiday. We usually light a candle and put his picture out, or whatever the kids feel inspired to do. Sometimes he loved chocolate milk. So they love to put out a glass of chocolate milk for their grandpa. So.
That's really special. I love to hear the different things that come up. Yeah. I'm thinking of all of my kids' decorating skills as you're talking as well. They
have those skills too.
They love it. And I remember back to Halloween for October, getting out like fall stuff, and I was always like, let's just do fall stuff. I don't want the Halloween yet. And they're like, why? We want this. I'm like, okay.
Do they love Halloween?
They do. They love all the holidays too. They love those touch points, right? It's like these anchor points throughout the year. And they're already wrapping things. Like as soon as it's time to start wrapping, they're just finding stuff to wrap. I'm like, I'm gonna have to buy more wrapping paper.
Yes.
And tape, because they just want to wrap stuff.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
going for it.
Rituals.
Yes.
So my next question is, we're doing the holiday summit, and it's a little sneak peek into my Om for the Home revolution. And that's the conscious parenting community that I'm developing. So what kind of services are you going to be providing in that program that we can kind of learn from you? I know you mentioned human design and homeschooling. What kind of little pieces might you be able to give us in that community?
Yeah, so what I can really speak about in that community, and my favorite topics, which I love, is like, how do you take in all these unique individuals, even if there's 2 of you, 3 of you, however many there are, and then build a life together that honors who each person is as an individual. How do we work with boundaries and communication and needs and desires and wants and the environment, food and sleep and all of that, of all these individual humans? Like, how do we make that work? Because that was my that's my ongoing question. It's never fully answered. It's one that I'm living that question all the time. And so, I use the tools. I use human design and astrology in that. And then the way that applies to homeschooling for anyone who wants to be on a journey of learning with their kiddos at home is that we can really use the tools of human design and astrology to kind of understand unique learning styles. Like, maybe how does your child love to learn? How is it easy for them? Yeah.
I love that. It's just in each stage of our child's development, they're going to have different needs, and just learning alongside with them as they grow. Yep. And the differences between just having 2 kids, seeing their learning styles, it's just amazing. So that will be really, really helpful to have you in there as a resource. So
yeah, absolutely.
The Holiday Summit is the 10th and 11th of December this year, and you have a little workshop you could provide for us that's for free. If anybody can jump into it, or the recording will be available as well. What are some things that you would be able to do that are holiday themed for that topic, the human design?
Yeah. In that workshop, we're going to talk about expectations that we have on ourselves and on our kiddos over the holidays, because I know that's something I've worked with over the years, is the expectations, and particularly around like gift giving. I find is a really big one. Like, what do your kids expect? What do you expect? What does it bring up for you when your kiddos have expectations? How do we navigate all the feelings that come up with that in a way that like honors our uniqueness? So where I really want to support parents to be is getting to honor who they are and what they truly have to offer in the world, so that we're not just, because we get to be ourselves too in the world, so what is it that you want to bring and offer to your kids over the holidays? And then how do we separate out what we want, what they want, and navigating all of that? And you and I talked about gifts, opening and receiving gifts, and how that can kind of be a minefield of expectations for all of us. So how do we let our kiddos really be themselves over the holidays, and then support ourselves, of course, to be ourselves as well?
That will be really, really useful. And what's coming up for me is also with my spouse, with my partner. It's like you're getting to know your partner over the years. Like, one of you is really into gift giving, the other might not be. And so you figuring that out as well, not just with your kiddos, but
and it's so tender. It's like childhood stuff too. It's like, this is what made me feel secure as a kid, is my mom always had eggnog or blah blah blah, so you need to make eggnog. There's like a lot there.
So I'm looking forward to this workshop with you. Thank you so much, Leah. So that's all the questions. So I will hopefully everybody that's listening to Leah's talk will be able to make it to her workshop. Thank you so much again for talking with me.
Thanks for having me. Bye.